Hello, and welcome back to Coin Lady channel. In light of the historic ruling in SEC versus Ripple Labs, we can observe how this piece influences subsequent events. Assuming this trend continues, the bull run is beginning a bit earlier than expected, before the halving. That Ripple victory, in my opinion, is largely responsible for this. I believe many people are now at ease in this arena, while previously they were under the impression that the SEC had no authority because, maybe these are securities, maybe even Bitcoin itself is. The time has come for them to stop sitting around and wait for Congress, BlackRock, or faithfulness. Instead, they are charging ahead at full speed. Now that the SEC's mask has come off, we can see that they have zero control over this arena, which is ripe for grabs. Plus, the major players are already here and doing their thing. And I really doubt that we will receive any recognition for that. However, they truly merit an abundance of it. The reason being that it informed us about the individuals who believed they were our rulers. In terms of influence over US cryptocurrency trading, they are completely powerless. That was such a lovely moment. You know what? I go after Tom Emmer a lot since he threatened to subpoena the SEC and all that, and this US representative mentioned XRP's legal status as a non-security. To begin with, the answer is no. Additionally, I seriously doubt they would be able to accomplish anything, even if they did. However, did he pursue the cryptis? Is Valerie present? If you recall, she was the one that appeared on stage with Joe Lubin, who granted her special access to the Ethereum protocol. Even more impressively, she assisted him with crafting the speech's outline, and the questions he posed seemed to have been ghostwritten by Ripple on his behalf. Witnessing it was awe-inspiring. I will not perform it here at your request. I presume you are already familiar with it. However, you should visit my Twitter account if you haven't already. That is pretty formidable material. I adore that aspect as well. She said, you know what, you're giving a little too much clarity here. Hindman had been explaining their perspective on the Ethereum token and tokens in general as they transitioned from security to non-security. According to the top member, you're disclosing too much information, which is in line with SEC rules. Market participants are visible, but the regulations are hazy. We are at a loss for action. Even if we haven't written anything, you're behaving as if it were. To make things more complicated for the market, you are knowingly withholding information. Beyond that, he naturally brought up the SEC's lack of legal faithfulness in pursuing their goals. There wasn't much she could say before she was caught in the act, both in writing and in her remarks, but it was a great interaction nonetheless. It was embarrassing for both her and the SEC when he went after her so hard. Furthermore, they are undeniably losing this battle and by a huge margin. I am quite impressed by Tom's work. I can be quite critical of Congress in general and of him in particular, but today he really exceeded expectations. A huge ovation is in order for it. Crypto is where our focus is at the moment. Take a look at Bitcoin's stellar performance, it's up about 5%. As of right now, Ethereum has over 2,200 XRP and is still hesitating at 62 cents. But have no fear, XRP will dominate the market if this run continues. So, take pleasure in the green, relish in the growth, and remember that this is just a taste of what's to come. We're moving toward it so rapidly. I don't understand it. And as we can see on the coin desk, the following is what the following Bitcoin rise feels like. FOMO in yellow is totally trending again. Finally, you're familiar with who I am. I'm being cautious because I think there might be some more turbulence before we launch, but it's making me wonder if we'll run earlier than usual this time around. After all, every cycle has its own unique twists and turns, so maybe this time around, things won't repeat themselves exactly as we watch this ETF cross the finish line. I feel like chaos is about to ensue, but I handled it just well, didn't I? If we see a dip, I'll be happy to hold on to my quality assets for the long haul. If not, I'll look for opportunities, just like the last bull run after Bitcoin hit all-time highs. Do not feel hurried, there are many fantastic investment options here. such as the Midas Gold Mine, Flux Coin, which we were getting into at the beginning of the bull run, and many more. Kryptos, your main stockpile, is a known big hitter. From then, you can proceed with caution, since the bull run, if it is indeed happening, will not occur in the next few days or weeks. There's a lot of time to seek out value and make wise investments because the project is rather lengthy. Again, it seems like it might keep going strong here. It appears that way for sure. Never forget that the last boss in every game is the hardest, according to my friend Digital Asset News, Gary Gensler. What a repulsive human being. I'll admit it, I was under the impression that this guy was the last boss in the game, even though I always said CZ was. Although in many respects, he lost a lot of his charisma and authority after Ripple. We are now being attacked by the major guns. Look, we're doing it, is all BlackRock faithfulness has to say. This is being done right now, they appear to be going to be successful. I remain cautious, though. For the time being, we are placing our faith in the SEC to make the prudent decision. Personally, I find that troubling. Like, why don't they simply put it off one more time to be, like, second hand? We will have to wait and watch how things progress. The problem is that there are a lot of different players involved. This isn't your typical Gemini and your typical Krakens. This might be the end of these scumbags, and these strong hitters are no strangers to dealing with such people. I find this quite intriguing. I believe crypto will succeed in the long run because lobbying from the US crypto sector is at an all-time high, and we just broke the record in 2023. This is a significant improvement over the previous bull run, going well beyond what we witnessed with Sam Eggman's freedom. And it's growing exponentially. Additionally, you must be aware of this. Gensler, Gary, crypto isn't really his thing, is it? He serves as an obedient mouthpiece for politicians like Elizabeth Warren. Politicians, on the other hand, enjoy the money, the lobbying, and the spending more than the rest of us. When crypto becomes a major industry, similar to tech, big money will buy out representatives and senators, and then those politicians will start pushing crypto instead of being hostile against it. Just like the rest of us, they came upon this article about Avalanche and Polkadot, two patterns that are expected to make enormous increases during the subsequent boom. Could you please inform me in the space provided below? Where can I find a VAX? In the past, I've made use of it, investing a small amount during the previous bull run. Is there another layer 1 smart contract blockchain that I ought to be putting my money into? I am currently short on it. There is an abundance of excellent ones. You can't possibly hit them all. I am not going to put any money into Avalanche. Great admirer of polka dots. I can confidently say that is one of my pillars. Avalanche, on the other hand, is something I'm not very good at. Please tell me in the comments whether you think I should begin putting money into that one. Finally, BlackRock, and this is the reason I'm so confident it will be finished. In a continuing effort, they have amended their proposal for the spot Bitcoin ETF and are collaborating directly with the SEC. My intuition tells me they wouldn't be squandering this much time if they weren't confident in their ability to master the structure. As previously mentioned, I get the impression that we may face obstacles related to custody. However, BlackRock continues to engage with the SEC to make minor modifications. The fact that they seem to know what they're doing and that it's fun makes me feel good. The last touches that are necessary to bring this project to a successful conclusion are being applied. Has it always been like way? After submitting their applications, individuals merely sat back and awaited rejection. This time, it's different. Perhaps things are genuinely different. Please share your thoughts with me. And, of course, like and subscribe are always appreciated. See you later, bye.